Okay. I'm Dennis Delaney, Extension Specialist for Soybeans, Conservation Cropping Systems, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the importance of soil temperatures for soybean planting. Important to note that soybeans have a pretty wide genetic base to them. Originally, they were wild robini plants from a pretty large area of Asia, from north to south. Still a wide variation in adaptation to soybeans. We grow them all the way from South Florida on up well into Canada, using different maturity groups of soybeans. They're temperature sensitive. The optimum temperature for soybeans is about 55 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. You can say DD 55 as far as temperatures that will help it to grow. But most soybeans can still germinate down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, just very, very slowly. It can take 2 to 3 weeks for them to emerge. Versus 45 days if you wait till later in the season when temperatures are a lot more ideal. Some cold region varieties do tolerate cooler temperatures, but normally the ones we have down south won't really take it much below 50 degrees. And of course, like most crops, we want to get them out of the ground and grow them just as quick as we can to avoid some of the other problems that pop up. The soybean emergence, we would call that the VE stage, or when water absorption from the soil is about 50% of the seed weight. The cotyledons will expand, start to unfold and arch up towards the surface, the picture on the right. The radicle, or what will become the root, pushes down. Normally, it takes 5 to 10 days to emerge. Again, that's really soil temperature dependent. With cool soil temperatures and a good seed fungicide that helps protect the seed. I have seen emergence take up to 3 weeks to come out of the ground when soybeans are planted real early in the season, such as late March, early April. But in that time, they can encounter a whole lot of hazards like soil crusting, pack and rain, soil insects, diseases. Again, they're just sitting there, barely growing, susceptible to a lot of problems. In that first stage, we call it imbibition, where it starts taking up that soil moisture. The membranes of the soybean seed actually chemically change to allow water uptake. Usually that's within the first 24 hours after they're planted, as long as there's sufficient soil moisture there. As they start changing from seed phase to germinating and the cotyledons starting to move out, those membranes become real leaky to water and nutrients that can go back and forth. Again, they're not set. They're in the process of changing. And especially with cold temperatures, 40 to 50 degrees, that can happen quite a bit. They just don't have time to get set to the new stage, to the germination stage. The membranes can be permanently damaged while diseases start to take advantage of these nutrients that are leaking out. I know with some of the seed, I've heard particularly called, the cotton, same problem when it's planted into cold temperatures, almost like brain damage to the seedling, where it just never does quite recover from it. It's a permanent slowdown. The soybean plant is trying to make sure it survives rather than necessarily grow like it should. If this chilling happens after 24 hours, membranes are a lot less affected because they're in their new phase or locked into the new arrangement. But seedling growth will still slow down quite a bit. But again, that first 24 hours is real critical to germination. If these low soil temperatures continue, that slow growth allows pathogens to keep attacking the food reserves that are in the cotyledon before photosynthesis begins. So that's going to stunt the plants. Also, if you happen to have a freezing temperatures after planting, you have to remember the growing point of soybeans is above ground. So if that bud is frozen, the cotyledons are frozen, it can kill the entire plant and you lose your stand. So recommendations are to wait until soil temperatures are at least 55 degrees at 2 inches in the morning. In morning is going to be your minimum temperature to help rapid germination. Note very little growth advantage gained by planting before then. May grow very slightly with pathogens and insects and so on. I'm going to have a lot of chance to go ahead and attack it. Also, don't plant right before a cold front or if a cold rain is forecast within the next 24 hours. And that first 24 hours is a real critical period. And also, if you are planting early or in cool soil, getting close to that 55 degrees Fahrenheit, including no-till, we recommend treating seed with a good fungicide package in order to slow down those pathogens and just give the seed a chance to get up out of the ground and start making its own food through photosynthesis. With that, I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dennis.